that's like golden and is like a bold black Super Saiyan. It was just a stupid meme. I don't know. I hope it becomes a meme one day and I can put it on a t-shirt. It's a stupid drawing, right?
If you're up for a good laugh, be sure to check out my comics on Instagram at JMan's Comic Book Adventures.
Alright guys, London Lad Lost in Asia, and today I am going to talk about how I plan on making a webcomic every single day for 6 months. I'm going to talk about why I'm doing this and how I'm going to do it in a way that will be successful, so I'm actually going to be able to meet the deadline every single day for 6 months. First off, the reason why I'm doing webcomics in general is because I studied animation and I really liked animation, and in all honesty, before I studied animation, I was making YouTube videos. I've always loved making YouTube videos as well. It kind of occurred to me that I loved YouTube and I loved animation. Why don't I become a YouTube animator? And I've tried to be a YouTube animator like Domix and Young Don the Source God, Odd Ones Out, Jaden Animations, Alex Corner. I've tried to be like a YouTuber, like an animated YouTuber like them many times, and it always seemed to fail. There was multiple reasons. I wasn't meeting deadlines, I wasn't satisfied with the work because I didn't think it was good enough, and a big one was just not sticking to doing it for a long period of time. Like I just made in my previous video about having a body of work. I did it for like 6-7 weeks and then stopped. And it's all of those factors is like made it not possible. And I was annoyed with myself because I'm like, I'm not the best at drawing, but I know I've got enough skill to actually do this. Like those guys, some of those guys, especially when they started out, weren't the best at drawing as well. And I know I had enough skill to make it successful, but my mindset was all messed up and it failed each time. So I thought to myself, why don't I try and do something different and try and do webcomics, especially because webcomics have a smaller turnaround time than an animation does. So that feedback loop is a lot quicker. So my whole thing is with this webcomic thing, I want to do webcomics for the next like 2 years at least. And then after that, I want to sort of switch and do more animation. Or I might do a combination of both, but I'm gonna, stay in webcomics for a lot while and see what I can learn from them. So that's why I'm doing webcomics. So my plan with this whole sort of 6 months webcomic thing is to build up to it. At first, when I started, I have a calendar over there and I'm gonna make an entire video about my calendar's process. At first, I started this plan off by saying, yeah, I'm gonna do this, because it was during a holiday. We had a 3-day holiday. I think it was the Dragon Boat Festival, and this was on the 3rd of June to the 5th of June, right? I live in China currently, and I was like, yeah, let's start this webcomic thing every single day for 6 months. And I realized, yeah, when I was off work and it was just holiday, yeah, that was very feasible. But a previous job I had, I'm moving job now. I'm on summer holiday at the moment. It was very busy, so I wasn't able to do that. And even if I did have more free time at my job, I feel as though going in the deep end of doing a webcomic every single day, especially for the type of person that I am, it just doesn't work. It's a bit too much too soon. Some people are able to do that because I think they're able to they're a better self-critic in that they might make a bad piece of work and be like, it's okay. Me, sometimes I'm like, oh, this sucks. And then I end up not putting out something, which is bad. So the way I'm doing this is I'm going to ease myself. And not only that, I had a lot of bad habits, admittedly, when I was trying to sort out those animation channels, or trying to start them, like a lot of drinking, not getting enough sleep, just general bad degenerate habits that I had that prevented me from not being able to make good habits and not being able to be successful at the animation channels. So now I've decided to do a completely better approach, and I'm going to progressively overload the amount of comics that I do. Yes, progressively overload. We're applying gym bro science to art, right? So what I'm going to do is I started back in June with the daily things, sort of, and then after a while I realized when I went back to work, this is not going to work. So what I said to myself is, in June I'm going to do one comic every single week. just one comic every single week. That was on a Saturday. So I posted that comic on a Saturday, and then boom, you're done for the week. So that was 4 comics that I was meant to make in June. I ended up making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 comics, because initially I was doing a comic every day for 3 days, and then I was like, oh, I'll do comics when I don't go to the gym on the 3 days on the days during the week that I don't go to the gym. And then I realized, man, this is a bad idea. So I ended up with 8 comics, but within that, each of those comics fell within a different week, so I succeeded, right? And then from the next month, I was like, okay, let me ramp that up to 2 comics. So July just finished, and in July, I've done 2 comics every single week, right? And there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I put out 10 comics in July. Now, this next month, I'm gonna be doing, this month of August, 3 comics. It's gonna be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 comics. And as you can see, each month I'm adding in 1 more comic per week until I reach 7 comics a week, which is every single day. I'm gonna keep that up for 6 months. Now, this might seem like, oh man, that's too much or whatever. And in all honesty, it might be a bit crazy and it might be a lot, but I feel as though I will learn a ton from producing a webcomic every single day. And when I say webcomic slash illustration, because one of the comics that I made was literally me. It was the bold Super Saiyan comic where it's just me dressed up in a Goku gi with a beard that's like golden, and it's like a bold black Super Saiyan. It was just a stupid meme. I don't know. I hope it becomes a meme one day and I can put it on a t-shirt. It's just a stupid drawing, right? Some of them will be just me, my character, my little OC character version of me, like doing something stupid. But yeah, some of it will be like that, because I remember on Instagram there's this guy that does this little bean character, and sometimes his bean character is just sitting eating sweets, and he draws that and people like it. So some of the comics won't necessarily be full comics, they'll be more like illustrations telling a story. But I feel as though doing this every single day, I'm gonna learn so much, and that's what this should be. It should be, I feel as though I'm gonna do this 2 times around. This first time is just gonna be to learn from just making as much stuff as possible. Kind of like these YouTube videos. I'm just kind of doing these YouTube videos. I know it would be better if I scripted out a lot of them, like the deep work one. It would have been better if I scripted it out and made all of the things and did cinematography and whatever. I know that would make a better result, but right now I just need to feel the process out and, like, you know, get used to doing it, get used to speaking on camera. I feel as though this time speaking on camera, I come across as a lot more confident than the first video I recorded last week. Same with the editing. I didn't know how to use iMovie at all because I'm new to the whole Apple ecosystem. But now I've just been able to really quickly edit these videos because I understand how to do picture-in-picture. So it's like my whole process is just going to be learning through just doing a lot of things, and then I'll do things to refine the videos and do things to refine my comics. That's why I have this. This thing is called the Big 10. These are the 10 skills I want to master in order to make my webcomic successful. And by successful, I want 100,000 Instagram followers on my webcomic. And yeah, and I have financial goals behind me as well. Maybe you've seen them as well. I've got these big crazy goals that I'm going after as well, because it motivates me to do this, and progress motivates me. And that's why I think doing this crazy thing of every single day post a comic for 6 months, I feel as though it's going to be one of those things that can really explode my artistic abilities. It can really make my Instagram grow. It can help me probably monetarily if some of you guys like this stuff and that you want to buy some merch, or maybe I get a sponsor. It's just like putting out all of that work, like learning that consistency and going through learning how to manage my time well so I can produce a comic every day. That sort of challenge, like, and building up to it is making me so excited, even though I know it's going to be 6 months of sacrifice. I know there's going to be times where I might not be able to hang out with my friends. Then maybe, if the time management isn't completely correct, and there may be times where I'm not able to fully spend time with my girlfriend. There might be times like that, but I know I do the 6 months period, I made it through, and it's like, boom, you've learned stuff. And then the end of this 6 months plan, because it's actually a 1 year plan, it's the months leading up to doing a comic every single day. And then it's the 6 months of the actual like every single day comic thing. So it's the 2 parts. The after that, what I'm gonna do is go back to 1 comic a week and do the second round of it probably. That's what I'm guessing I'm gonna do. If I don't know, if after the 6 months I've actually achieved my goal of 100,000 Instagram followers through doing that and certain financial goals, and I've done every single one of the big 10, then I guess I'll move straight on to animation after that, maybe. But I don't know, but part of me wants to do this sort of second part of the plan. So this is me laying out all of my plans to you guys and just telling you my plans, right? Part of me wants to do a second part of this where instead of doing a comic every single day, it will be me building up to do 4 comics a week. And it will be part of this sort of Thailand, oh no, this guy is making noise. Oh no, guys, I'm sorry. But I'm gonna quickly say what I need to say before, because that guy's making noise. But I have this project, which I'm calling Project Thailand, where I live and work as an artist in Thailand by producing comics. And that'll be me, in my head, I feel as though 4 days a week working and 3 days to play would be like an ideal work-life balance. And maybe the second round, like the second year of this comic thing, will be building up to the first part, building up to the 4 comics a week. So I go back to 1 comic a week, then do 2, and then 3, and then 4. And then I spend like 4 to 6 months in Thailand living that lifestyle and showing people that it's possible to live and work as an artist and work remotely and have good work-life balance and be able to have adventures, and then be able to come back to where you live and sort of carry on. Like this idea of building a lifestyle business as an artist is very interesting to me, and I want to document my own journey doing it and somehow encourage other people to do that too. And that's what this London Lad Lost in Asia is. It's me being in a sort of weird situation of becoming an English teacher in China because the art thing didn't work out, but initially, but the process of me figuring it out so that I can also be in Asia, but be able to travel through Asia off the back of my art, while, you know, going back home when I want to as well to visit my fam. But anyway, this has been London Lad Lost in Asia with my grand plan of making a comic every single day for 6 months. And I really don't know how to end this video.